Me the green light, so we're going to begin. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Welcome to the March 15, 2021 meeting for the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. My name is Kevin Cook. I serve as the chair this year, also representing District 2. Joining me today is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Commissioner Aaron Mays, representing District 3. Good morning.
Morning.
Madam Clerk, our first item.
First item under proclamations, presentations, and business continuity grant program, Glenda, Washington, go Topeka.
Good morning, Betty Greiner, Director of Administrative Services. As you all know, Shawnee County received a portion of the CARES Act money, and one of the programs that money funded was Greater Topeka Partnership's Business Continuity Plan. And Glenda Washington is here now that that program has wrapped up to kind of give you some information on that program and how it helped the community. Glenda?
Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So we started last year out looking for opportunities and ways to support our businesses in the community. We looked at every thing that we had in the partnership and looked at how do we build some sort of sustainability for these businesses? What is our role as a chamber, as an economic development entity? And so we started out with a couple of programs called the HOST program, and they supported the businesses in the community as well. We still continue because we had people calling. Is there any other way that you can support us? And so we talked with Betty Greiner and the individuals that were working with her on the county budget and to see if there was an opportunity. And Betty was gracious enough to identify an opportunity for us to support these businesses. So our goal was to provide support to the businesses that were in need and develop a plan, help them develop a plan of action to support them and sustain them once they'd received whatever the grant was that we were going to supply. We decided that we would offer them a $5,000 grant. That would be a tremendous boost to a lot of those businesses. And that if they designed or developed a business continuity plan, they were going to be able to receive those funds. Why a business continuity plan? Well, we wanted them to have some investment in these funds that we were giving them. We wanted them to see that once you commit to writing down your dreams of owning this business and operating this businesses, you need to also think about let me dream about what if disaster occurs. And so this business continuity plan was just going to step in and help them design a roadmap for if something happened. We had 61 businesses go through the business continuity program, provided over $300,000 in funds, and we appreciate that to businesses across the county. They went from restaurant to daycares to service-owned businesses like manufacturing, retail, etc. We had a 4-hour training, and that training covered banking, insurance, homeland security, IT system, supply chain impact, framework for funding your business in the future, and then identifying any triggers that will help you identify something is about to happen. So I said, let me just tell them how great that program turned out, and let me just tell them how happy we are that we were able to receive those funds. But I thought it would be better if I brought some partners with me, 2 people that have received the funds from the continuity plan, but better yet, they have a plan of action for disaster. I brought with me Leslie Farrange, and Leslie has a pet care center, and Leslie will tell you a little bit about hers, and then I also brought Jake Taylor Jake has curb appeal power washers. So I'm going to ask Leslie to come up, and then Jake will close out, and I'll be right back to say thank you again. Leslie.
Good morning, Commissioners. It's my first time here. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
First of all, let me just say that what Glenda said is absolutely true. I worked for major corporations for most of my career. I just retired a couple of years ago from Hill's Pet Nutrition. And I never really thought about what they probably have to think about if something went wrong. Going through this program was phenomenal because I realized that we take so much for granted. You know, we come in each day, drink our coffee, do our work, go home, but they're thinking about other things. When I started my business, I was really more concerned about my business plan, getting my building built, and, you know, making it come true. I own a business called Tender Loving Care Pet Nursing Hotel. We take care of older pets, sick pets, and anxious pets. And then we take care of regular pets too, but that's our specialty. And what the program did for us was make me think about, oh my gosh, I have all of these dogs, plus of course my employees. What would I do if we had a weather emergency and we had to evacuate? Where would we evacuate to? How would we evacuate the dogs? Where would we go? We thought about, well, what would happen with a pandemic? If this ever happened again, what would we do? These are not things that when you're dreaming about a business, you're thinking about. You're not thinking about disaster. You're thinking about how to make your business successful. So this really made me sit down and think about all the things that we would have to do. And I realized that the city didn't allow me to put suites down in the basement because we didn't have an egress. News to me. I didn't know anything about an egress. But what it turns out is that by having to evacuate the pets, we realized that we could evacuate the pets down to the basement, because how many people in Kansas actually have a basement? So we figured out a way to get that done. We bought enough carriers to make sure that if we have to evacuate really large dogs, that we have a way to do that. So bottom line is, this was a fantastic opportunity to go through the program for 4 hours and then sit down for several more hours and actually write this plan, think about all of the resources that we would need to buy again if we were hit by a terrible storm or water or fire or something like that. It was very value add. And so grateful for the funding, grateful for the idea that I don't think, you know, most people really think about. So I just wanted to let you know that I thought it was a great success. I used the money wisely, and I hope you think of something else great, because certainly this pandemic is not over, and we still need help in the community for small businesses, and especially for businesses like mine. I opened on May 18th, 2020, right in the thick of the pandemic. So I'm really struggling, and I can use any assistance that I can get. And I thank you for giving me a few moments this morning, and thank you to Glenda, and have a great day.
Thank you, Leslie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How y'all doing? My name's Jake Taylor with Curb Appeal Power Wash. One of Topeka's highest rated pressure washing companies in residential, commercial, and industrial. And I want to say thank you very much for making this opportunity available for us. I let Ms. Glenda know we just got back from a little vacation with my family. It was a great blessing. But we wouldn't be able to do that if we couldn't step away from our business. Coming from, I guess, a corporate background, I used to teach entrepreneurship in classrooms. And when I changed to being self-employed, everyone thought it was Jake's pressure washing. I was out there trying to make money, trying to feed my family. But I work 7 days a week, except during the winter when it's freezing. Nobody really likes ice skating rinks. But now, it's a little different. With this program, it was unique. Ms. Glenda said it was 4 hours training. I thought it was longer. Sit behind a computer and Zoom. I don't know how y'all do it. It was real difficult. But I learned quite a bit. In putting together a continuity plan, I never really thought about what would happen if something happened to me. I had all the passwords for my payroll. With 11 employees, they love getting paid Fridays. You know, they all do. My QuickBooks online, I do all the accounting side of it too. Not only that, but our vendors, No one knew where I ordered a lot of our soaps. We use some of the most expensive soaps in the industry because they did a great job. But we also make our own soap, especially when it comes to cleaning up parks and playgrounds. We love sanitizing playgrounds, making them play ready, before spring starts up. No one really knew that side. I had all the recipes. I had who repairs our equipment and who we buy them from, our warranties. I guess I had all the keys. So as a self-employed person, you kind of do that. But when you're transitioning into a business where you have employees you want to keep around long term, and then if you want to keep around long term, you need to have growth opportunities. We have now called a path to promotions to help employees get pay raises when it comes to learn more responsibility. And that's kind of what this program did for us. It put together more responsibility on my part to make sure that the keys were in the right spot. So now I have a big binder. We have a salaried operations manager that just happened. But something that's unique is right after this program happened is, I thought I had a heart attack. And really freaked out my wife and family and my kids. And I texted my operations manager, hey, I'm not doing so well. I'm going to the hospital. And luckily we have great quality staff here at Stormont and able to get things situated. But my wife was really worried, like, who's going to take care of everything? I said, babe, we've already got a plan. And I said, remember that continuity plan? She goes, no. I said, I've already got a secret file and sent to my operations manager's phone of all our passwords. He's already got all the apps we need as far as for ordering or inventory. He's already got payroll under control. Matter of fact, I was excited on this vacation that it was kind of neat to see the receipt come through email of everything getting paid, including our monthly payroll taxes. Well, those get expensive, don't they? But this plan forced us to grow from a self-employed to a business. With people we have working for us, a lot of them are college graduates. We have one just got married last year. We have another one getting married this year. One of our managers just bought his first home. And that's what people like to keep here in Topeka. But this plan really, we had to do work for it. It wasn't like just a free grant. I mean, it was work, but it was work that was in the right direction. I like to say that maybe the incentive was properly aligned for something that would help us grow. And we plan to be around here for quite a while. You might have seen us hanging out during the last fall. We just cleaned the Capitol Federal building over here. It was pretty big, 125 foot in the air. I wasn't the one up there. I don't do heights very well. But and then over here, 84 foot, the AT&T building, we were able to clean those up as well. So some of the projects you might have seen us around, but we plan on being here a while, and we love bragging about Topeka that puts forth its opportunities to help businesses, small businesses like mine grow. And I want to say thank you very much for allowing us to do that.
Oh, thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
So I just wanted you to take a look at what those dollars meant to two entrepreneurs. We had 61 people graduate from that program, and they took well advantage of it, and all of them are saying, this made us sit down and think, and it made us go to another level in our company. So I thank you, and I look forward to working with you again in the future. Any questions, please?
Well, I just think that's great. And Glenda, thank you for putting that program together and working through it. And Leslie and Jake, really a lot of life lessons and things that you've been able to pass on. And I'm glad that you were able to benefit from the program and seeing that those dollars really have a local impact in our community and helping businesses grow and develop. So thank you.
Just wanted to mention one last thing. Glenda was gracious in mentioning working with me, but I wanted to say that we had a whole Spark committee with the county here that really looked into these applications, vetted them out. So it wasn't just me, it was our whole Spark committee. Just wanted to make sure that I give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Commissioner Rippon, I know that you helped serve on that committee. Do you have any thoughts or comments?
Oh, I just think it's a great program. It's not just for this pandemic, but for any future problems that may surface with these small businesses. And just a fantastic program. Thank you, Glenda, for putting that all together, and Sparks committee for all the work that they put into this. So.
I agree. Commissioner Mays, anything?
That's fantastic. Yeah, look forward to maybe some more down the road.
Well, I look forward to making sure that I see Jake on the ground and not in the air, and making sure he's supervising. And now we know if we have older pets or pets that need anxiety, we know where to go. So thank you, Leslie, for coming. Thank you. Madam Clerk, our next item.
Item 3, consent agenda.
There are 4 items on the consent agenda. Are there any questions?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
There's been a motion made from Commissioner Mays and a second from Commissioner Rippon. And before we take a final vote, I do just want to note that we have the 2020 Annual Noxious Weed Eradication Progress Report. I want to thank Mr. Landon for all of his work and working with the weed department on that. And so thank you for everything you do, and that report is part of the consent agenda. So motion made by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item 4, new business A, County Clerk. Number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Commissioners, today's voucher report totals $1,410,277.84. The highlights of that are under building and maintenance to MCon Incorporated for $18,335.89. It's for repairs to the stormwater drainage pipe at Lake Shawnee on West Edge Road. Under sales tax, $850,000 to KDOT for the 4th payment of the Willard Bridge. And then under solid waste, Engineering Solutions and Design Incorporated for $15,716.50 for preparation of the solid waste management plan. I don't have any questions about this, and I'd move for approval.
Motion made by Commissioner Mays.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item B, solid waste. Number 1, consider approval of request to hire a deputy director at a salary of $81,864.79, including benefits, with funding from the 2021 solid waste collections operational budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. Last August, I came before the Commission asking for permission to post and accept interviews and applicants for the Deputy Director. And after a pretty good search, we believe that we have found the best candidate that applied for the position. The candidate has a very extensive background in management, logistics, safety, and training, which I could definitely use those skills there at the department level. Based on his experience, we're looking to bring him in at classified exempt range 69, step 2, which is $28.66 per hour. That would bring his total salary with benefits to $81,864.79. This is a budgeted item that was in my budget request for last year. This will be paid out of my solid waste collections budget, which is 100% user fee funded with no taxpayer support. So again, we're requesting to hire this individual for the position. Subject to your questions, gentlemen.
Any questions regarding this?
None.
Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. And
you,
look
Jim.
forward to introducing this individual in this very short future.
Yes, his tentative start date is March 29th, and once we get him on board, we'll introduce him to the commission.
All right, thank you. Our next item.
Item C, Parks and Recreation. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-109-2021 with Special Olympics Kansas, setting out the conditions for the 2021 Solar Plunge to be held on May 15th at Midwest Health Aquatic Center with a special event fee and expenses totaling $750 payable to the Parks and Recreation for deposit into the Building Maintenance Fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Luby, Parks and Recreation. Before you today is a special event contract. As you may realize that it's this event used to be the Polar Plunge, and now it's the Solar Plunge. And I have Christy Powell with Special Olympics, and she also works for the Topeka Police Department to kind of talk a little bit about the event and why they changed locations. But she informed me this will be the 17th year already that we partnered with them, and we're very pleased to host their event as usual. With that, I'll turn it over to Christy.
Good morning.
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 we're very lucky to have been partnering with Shawnee County Parks and Rec for, now it will be 17 years, to put on polar plunge / solar plunge. One of the things that's very exciting is law enforcement across not only Kansas, but across now pretty much worldwide. One of our charities of choice is Special Olympics and being involved with the athletes of Special Olympics. There are well over 500 Special Olympic athletes here in Shawnee County. The law enforcement agencies in this county, from TPD, Shawnee County Sheriffs, Wildlife and Parks and Recreation, Capitol Police, Highway Patrol, 501 Police, and Washburn University Police, and even our corrections facility have been very instrumental in raising money for Special Olympics Kansas as members of the Law Enforcement Torch Run. And so that's what we call ourselves. We're the Law Enforcement Torch Run, but all the money that we raise, we donate to Special Olympics. And ours is Special Olympics Kansas. We've had this event for the last 16 years out at Lake Shawnee, and it's been a wonderful ride. One of the things that I'm personally excited about, other than the before temperature and the after temperature are going to be much more comfortable, so we think that eventually this will really boost the numbers and the amount of families and different things that we can actually do for this event, so that people aren't just trying to run to a tent to get warm and then go to their cars to get warm. We hope to elongate this event. In the past, we've had a 5K. This year, we're going to change it up, and we're doing a cornhole tournament, so we can support 36 teams as it is now. So we're excited about some really neat changes, and also the fact that we can do a lot of this being socially distanced and having something outside and at a wonderful and beautiful location to where we have 0 entry in and 0 exit out for the wave pool. The other thing that I think is particularly important to mention is when we've had this event out at Lake Shawnee, it was difficult for many of our athletes that have mobility issues to be able to come out and either participate or to watch. We don't have that problem anymore with being out at this new facility. It is handicap accessible, and we're able to accommodate a lot of our athletes that we're there to support, and they can come out and support the people that are raising money for their cause and their participation. But I'm more than happy to answer any questions. I love this charity and this event. I've been involved for over 20 years. Truly, it's been life-changing for me, and I know I can speak for a lot of the other officers around town that there's a lot of enjoyment to be able to give back to these athletes.
I know we'll be hearing a lot more about it, but it's on May the 15th, right?
May 15th. I believe that the cornhole tournament is going to start at 9, so registration for that will start at 8 o'clock. That tournament should be over right before we jump into start calling people into the water, and that happens at noon.
Okay.
So I believe we're going to have a silent auction, maybe have some food and some games, but we're just looking forward to having something, more normal. And I think having an outside event is one way to be able to do that.
I'm glad that we're able to partner. Commissioner Mays, anything?
So if somebody were to want to participate in the solar plunge, how would they do that?
They would do that by going to plungeks.org, and there are locations all around the state. Topeka is kind of leading the way in doing the first solar plunge. And so you just click on the Topeka link, and then that gets you to where you can sign up and do your registration. The fee for jumping in is $75, or you can certainly fundraise. We've had people in the past raise, between $1,000 and $5,000 even for the honor of jumping in, so to speak. And then the entry fee for the cornhole tournament, it ends up being $25 a person, but the team captain is the one that registers and either takes on that fee or fundraises for that.
Great. Well, I hope it's a record-setting year for you.
I hope so too. I'm looking forward to have hopefully a lot of families and a really good time.
Commissioner Rippon?
Well, I think it's a great event. It's a great fundraiser. A little disappointed that I'm not going to be able to see Commissioner Cook or Commissioner Mays jump in freezing water, but it is what it is.
I have a feeling though that the water, if the temperature is a little bit warmer outside, it does make the water feel colder. Because in the past, what we found is when it's so cold outside, it's almost a relief to be in the water without the wind. But now I think it's going to be the opposite way around. So.
I'll take your word for it.
So I would challenge you all to at least come out, but if you want to be honorary participants, we would love to have you.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would think it would be a great commission challenge for cornhole. I mean, that would be the easy one. But anyway, I'll answer any questions. Thank you, commissioners.
Any questions for Randy?
I'll move for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0.
Thank you,
Randy. And again, May the 15th, and we're looking forward to it. Our next item.
Item D, Court Administration. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-110-2021, a 3-year subscription with KnowBe4, a security awareness training at an odd one-time fee of $7,389.90, utilizing the 2021 budgeted funds.
Good morning, Commissioners. Lee Welch, Court Administrator, 3rd Judicial District. This is an invoice for training and testing purposes. It's a software program called KnowBe4 that we use for testing our staff on their security and cyber awareness. It's a 3-year contract, as Cindy indicated, for $7,389.
Any questions regarding this?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
This is an opportunity for any department head or member of the public to address the commission on any item. I know that Ms. Kuhlman's running down the hall.
Good morning, Commissioners. Stephanie Kuhlman, Shawnee County Commission Office. I would like to take a few minutes to share some new website features regarding our Board of County Commission meeting agenda. We always start off at our Shawnee County website, www.snco.us. You find the drop-down menu with Commission, click that, and that takes you to the Commission homepage. On the left-hand side of the navigation menu items, you'll click Current Agenda / Live Stream. Previously, this screen just had the date of the commission meeting and 2 links, one for the agenda and one for the packet. That was pretty much all you got. This is a whole new system. We're very excited about it with a lot of really cool features. If we just start up at the top of the page, there's a search feature. You can search for prior agendas just by one specific date, or you can do a date range. So if you would start with the first red circle, there's a drop-down menu, and a calendar will come up, just like the one next to it. So you could put in March 4th and go to the next box and put in March 11th, and you could see all of those agendas. Or you can just do one date, like I said. We went live with this system on March 4th, so that's kind of why I'm using that as an example. If you would like to see prior agendas before March 4th, you'll go over here to the left-hand side. There's a link called Agenda Archives. So anything before March 4th for agendas, if you would like to see them, they'll still be over on the left-hand side. But going forward, you can view them here at the search feature. Or if you would scroll down the page a little bit, there's a box called Most Recent Events. And this is where a list will start being built of all the past agendas. So as we go forward, there will be a bigger list down there. There's a couple of different ways to view an agenda or an agenda packet. The first way would be to click on this link right here in the middle that says Board of County Commissioners Meeting. You will just click on that link for the date you're wanting to view. A second window pops up and you will see the agenda. Not much has changed on the look of our agenda. But if you will go over to the left of that where it says Agenda Items and Files, it's grayed out right now, but if you click on that, this will show you the agenda packet. And this is one of the really cool features that I know the commissioners are very excited about, as well as even some of our employees. This is the agenda packet, but you only you have the option to view just a specific item in the packet. Rather than in the past, you had to scroll through the entire, could be 200-paged agenda packet. This is when you only want to see more information about a specific item in the packet. There's a link for each item. And if you would click on one of these links, this is one for Parks and Rec. It only has 4 pages for this item. So you wouldn't have to scroll through 200 pages just to view this item for Parks and Rec. So this is something we're very excited about. There are a couple of options, like I said, to view the agenda or the packet. This is the second option. Back here at the agenda screen, to the right of March 11th, you'll see a drop-down menu. You can choose either agenda or packet. So we're going to choose packet in this instance. And this looks a little bit more familiar. This is the entire packet where you would scroll through each page if you want to learn more about each item in the commission meeting. Another feature we're pretty excited about is that currently our office administrator emails a Word document to our Shawnee County department heads, elected officials, our media contacts. They receive this Word document of the agenda each meeting. This is a really neat feature in that now you can subscribe to receive notifications exactly when that agenda is published to the website. So the emails will stop by the end of March. She will not email that out anymore. We're going to utilize the efficiency of this new system to immediately send out email notifications to people when it's published to our website. They're going to know exactly. This is a cost savings and efficiency for myself, a member of the clerk's office, and that it would take 3 of us to post the agenda on the website. It took someone in the clerk's office to scan the entire packet. Like I said, could be 250 pages. She would email that to me. I would make 4 files and post it on the website. This system is so efficient now. So we're really excited about this. So what you need to do to receive the notifications is go down here to this button that says Manage. We're going to click on that. Right now, you don't have any login information, so there's no email or password you need to put in right now. First, we need to create an account. So there's a link right down here, we're going to click Create Account. It's very simple. Put in your email address. You're going to create your own unique password, your name, address, city, state, and then click Submit down at the bottom. You will receive a pop-up box that you have been successfully registered. This is easy. We only have one meeting that you're going to receive notifications on. So you'll check mark Board of County Commissioners and click Submit. Another pop-up box saying that your settings have been saved. When you go back to the agenda screen, now under My Subscriptions, that used to be blank before we went to Manage, now you're going to see all the list of the upcoming meetings that you have subscribed to. This is the email that you will receive once the agenda has been published to our website. You will receive 2 emails, one that the agenda has been published and another one that the packet has been published. There is a link towards the middle of the email that says click to view agenda. And that's all there is to it. But we're very excited about it. It's simple, but really, really exciting. So do you guys have any questions?
I think it has a lot of great features that we're going to be able to utilize in that instead of looking at the whole packet, you could look at a specific item. So
Yeah.
for the public and transparency, if they have an interest in just one specific item for a contract, they're able to do that. I know that there's some search features that if they want to search for the solar plunge, they could be able
Yep.
to find just that one item.
Correct.
I know it's going to take us a little bit getting used to, but I mean, change is always, here, and so this is a good
Yeah.
change. And
Yeah.
so,
I agree.
Commissioner Mays?
I'm so thankful that we're moving into this. When I first came to the county, that was one of my frustrations, is I couldn't find anything in the packets quickly, that is. And so this now, I can bring my laptop and follow along with everything digitally, and it makes it a lot easier for me. I appreciate your work on it. I know Mark Price has worked pretty hard on this, Susie as well, along with the clerk's office. I know everybody's kind of banded together to implement this, and I think it's great. I think it's going to be good for the general public moving forward as well.
I agree.
So appreciate it.
Yeah, Commissioner Rippon?
I think you guys have said it all. I think it'll be great for the commission, the staff, and the
Yeah.
public, so.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, just
Kudos.
want-
Yeah.
Thank Ms. Beck again for her work and helping us pull this all together.
Yeah. All that computer stuff. I stay up late night doing that. Oh, maybe I didn't think that.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Super. If anyone has any questions, members of the public or our employees or anyone, they can give me a call here in the commission agenda, or in the commission office regarding the agenda, and my number is 251-4500.
Stephanie, before you
Yeah.
run, I do have one more question.
Sure.
Is this something that, are we going to be able to use this for other meetings besides the BCC? Planning Commission, Civil Service Board, Parks and Rec Advisory Board, things like
We
that?
could. That is some options, but we would have to probably build the agenda, or at least get the agenda from Civil Service Board or JADO. That is an option. We would just need to get the agenda and kind of work out some of those details.
Well,
But it has a lot of features that we're not even utilizing yet. We're kind of taking it one step at a time, but
Well, I think once we kind of get into the flow of things, it might be
Right.
good to kind of explore some of that.
Yeah.
Make sure that that's accessible as well. So.
oh yeah.
I agree. Thank
Okay,
you.
super.
Any other administrative communications this morning from any department heads or members of the public? Commissioner Rippon, anything?
Went and watched the Topeka High Girls State Finals. Didn't turn out the way we wanted, but they made a great effort, and they represented Topeka very well. So.
Yeah, I agree. Commissioner Mays?
Yeah, I watched that as much as I could online. Washburn had a great victory on Saturday night and a terrible defeat last night. So I think they were playing on not much sleep. So and Topeka West also came up just a little bit short in their state championship as well. But still successful seasons for everyone, so.
I agree. Well, I would note that today is March the 15th, the Ides of March, and so with that note, I've got my eye on these two. Madam Clerk, our next
Beware.
item.
Item 6, executive session.
There is a need for an executive session, and it will be for two items. One is regarding preliminary discussions related to the acquisition of real property for a period of 15 minutes, and also for consultation with the attorney for the body or agency which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship related to real property acquisition, as well as a item within the health department. And I give for 15 minutes, and so a total of 30 minutes, and that's a motion made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. All opposed? We are in executive session, let's say starting at 9:42. We are in recess.
be recorded.
No, these are the two, the resolution that you need to sign no on.
Okay.
The next one. Okay.
All right.
Sorry. Go ahead.
We are back from executive session. No action was taken. We are adjourned.
Thank you, Mark.
That is now muted. That's top, touch the top.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll hit that with the